is one of the harder skills, in my opinion, for people to learn. Not everyone is going to be a setter, but everyone needs to learn to set. So when we're talking about setting, setting is usually the second contact on the court after the pass is initiated, and the setter is setting up the offense to run. So she's deciding at the higher levels who to set based off the defenders on the other side, what tempo we want to set, meaning how fast the ball is coming out of her hands, and she's decision making. But setting for everyone needs to happen at the younger ages, and it's a skill that needs to be learned because you never know when you have to step in. So when we talk about setting, the first thing that you should talk about is the hands. So if you look at their hands, they are in the shape of the ball, and their fingers are wide so that we can get all fingers on the ball, the pads of our fingers. Our palms do not touch the ball ever. It's going to be the pads of our fingers. So nice grip where we get all of our fingers on the ball. And when you notice, the ball is high on the forehead. So her thumbs are in line here. I would even like that a little bit further back. And this is the only time we say midline. So when we're talking about setting, we want that ball directly on top of our forehead. If we went to head it, it would go straight up. So her thumbs are back, her hands are open, and they are in the shape of the ball, ready to catch it low. Elbows are bent, and they are not high. So you can see that here. And here you can see that the footwork is going to be left-right. So their hands are low. You run athletic, and then you step left-right. When you go to hold to finish your target, we call this a Superman pose. That's what we tell our little kids when we're teaching them. Your hands and making sure that they are even, and holding to the target that you would like to set to is extremely important. As we teach them to set tempo as they get older, if they don't have a nice finish, which is this is what this is called, it can change the tempo and the speed of the ball coming out of the hands. So they're catching low, they're using their legs and their arms all at once to extend, and you can see she's in a full extended range here with her right foot forward, so the net would be on this side, and she's pushing with that ball on her forehead. You can see from behind, always get your feet to the ball. Setters will double, meaning their hands will be uneven and touch the ball twice, which is illegal in volleyball. So catching it low and having your feet under you is usually the indication of whether or not your hands will be clean. So if your feet are slow and not to the ball, you usually double. So you can see here they go left, right, hop, push, hold. This is what setting looks like back and forth. If you have someone at home, you can toss. You don't have to have continuous setting. You can just get them to toss it. You can see that they are hop stepping. Once again, we're not crossing and doing weird moves. Here is Coach Spencer. This is what setting would look like in a situation with a net. Setter plays out a right back. When the ball comes, she releases from what we call base, which is the position that they like to play. Left, right, push, hold. Coach Spencer was actually an outside in high school, so in college, so she was nice to do this. And then hold. She's doing a great job. Here's a drill that you can do at home. You can bounce the ball on the ground, left, right, get your feet under it, and push and hold high. So these are things that you can do without anyone. Girls that are learning to set, you can do this for hours. You can bounce the ball different directions to make you move left and right. You can bounce it short. You can bounce it high. Just like with serve receive, setting goes a lot with reading. Here's another drill that you can do. You notice they're using their wrists. They're catching low. They're left, right every time. And walking. You can do this where you set low. You can set high. This is just getting as many touches on the ball as possible. So she went forward and she went backwards. So she's doing left, right, left, right. Here is setting on the wall. To kind of work and get your hands warmed up, you've got to have some flexibility within your wrist. You're going to go left, right with your feet, even though they're not making big movements. Left, right every time against the wall.